as long as everyone's ready to resume, we will be starting with that erupting earth. So...
No initiative?
well, we're starting with the erupting earth, and straight after that, that's going to be initiative.
Okay.
So can you bark erupting earth for me so I know what saving throws I'm making? Because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a few of them. And what the DC I'm looking for is.
It's a DC 15.
So
It's a
at the
dex
bottom.
saving throw.
Okay. Right. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 orcs. So excellent. 1 passes his dex saving throw on the orcs, and it was the 1, 2, 3. It was the 3rd, so that would be this guy here that passed. If you're seeing that ping.
Nope.
Right. So if you could roll me damage while I start rolling the rest of these, because we've got 4 Tanarooks to get through and 1 robed. Well, 1 robed orc and 1 other orc.
Ooh,
30 damage.
Big damage. Yeah. Let's go, Kruok.
That was...
Damn.
Yeah. Okay, 1.
Nice and easy for you to half.
4. So the Tanarooks, 2 passed, 2 failed. And they're taking 15 damage if they pass. So it was pass, fail, pass. So we'll do minus 15, minus 15. And then you guys are minus 30. I'm assuming you guys can see health.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, everyone.
Or at least the bars.
Then the bars.
It's, funnily enough, 1 hit KO. 1 hit KO. Success. Leaving him alive. 1 hit KO. And 1 hit KO. So, erupting earth making a huge change to the battlefield.
Alright.
Oh, that's weird. Right, so then it's just our robed orc and beastmaster, and then we can roll initiative. So I'm going to put up the turn order. You guys can start rolling if you would like.
Oh, no.
Nice.
Oh, fuck.
Nice.
Shit. Too bad for that negative inspiration that I didn't have.
Sorry.
Oh,
okay.
God.
So both the big boys fail their dex save, so everyone is taking considerable damage in this scene. I think damage total, that's probably the biggest damage spell we've had this entire campaign.
330 damage?
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. With a couple of halves. But...
Well, it'd be 330 damage if it hit everyone, and I think 4 total saved.
Okay, so 300.
Yeah.
No,
well,
270.
270 damage in a single thing.
And a single 3rd level spell.
Somebody needs to roll for Al.
Yeah, well, I haven't rolled for any of the NPCs yet either, so we're going to put all of these bad boys on the turn order. And that's why I wanted to handle Erupting Earth first, so I don't have to roll initiative for all of the orcs that die beforehand.
Yay.
Clever girl.
It's just going to speed things up for everyone.
Also, Robed Orc got a meaty health bar.
I mean, yeah, he's the boss.
Well, yeah.
Who is this?
Also,
do we see this handsome man? Yes. Well,
do we see the? I was like, do we see the Robed Orc like getting interrupted in the spell? Like they're making a concentration check, or anything?
How would you see a concentration check? What a ridiculous question. No, his
does
spell
does the spell start to fizzle and then he powers through, or does it look like it's completely unchanged?
No, none of that happens. And this is this handsome man. Everyone gets a hand out there.
That's a handsome man.
He's very shiny.
Vren Goldscale.
Somewhere in heaven or hell, Jathiel is like, something hard is happening again. I believe Ren was the one that Jathiel was flooding with over the comm stones.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe so. Vren has probably been my most flirted with character, mostly by male characters.
I hope I did
He's
him
very,
justice.
very pretty.
I tried.
What was that, Dream?
I said I hope I did him justice.
You did amazing. I could
I
not
would
be
say
happier
so
with
for
them.
sure.
Okay.
It's hard to make a character that's pretty but masculine. It's very difficult.
It is incredibly difficult. And then I asked you to put makeup on him, and you still managed to make him look pretty but masculine. So I asked for it, like I requested a very high bar, and you met it. So I'm impressed. Right. That said, enough oogling Vren, who technically has been here the whole time. You just didn't know exactly what he looked like.
Can I trade my initiative with Ow?
I don't think you can delay initiative if you like, but why is Candy on the initiative order on my... Okay. Something's wrong here, because I've got some, like, Bullywogs and Zell, and... Yeah, but I'm the DM, so I see a load of stuff, so I'm gonna have to...
I don't see
It's
any
foreshadowing.
From the other map.
It's from the other game.
Yeah.
No, it is not foreshadowing.
I'm just removing the entities that shouldn't be
We can always
here.
re-roll if we're in initiative in the other game.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Because you're not in initiative. I closed the turn order because you'd started negotiating verbally, but I clearly hadn't cleared the turn order, and then opened it up, was doing other stuff, and asked you guys to roll initiative, which is my mistake. Anyway, so Krok, that was your opening move, and now it's your turn.
Time for violence.
Do it again.
That would be great.
I mean, there's technically nothing stopping me. I do still have.
There is technically nothing stopping you.
I don't like the way he said that.
So do you want to describe what Erupting Earth looks like from the first time? Because you have just killed 4 orcs with it. So let's get a description of it, and then if you want to give it a second go.
Yeah. So basically, Krok kind of like steps in, staff in one hand, and yeah, I think they just kind of like clasp both hands on the staff and slam it into the ground, much like a grey wizard. And all of the earth in that 20-foot cube starts to kind of like churn, and I mean, there's no other word for it. It erupts, hence erupting earth. And I think you see like summoned like spawned vines from the swamp kind of like burst their way out, and just start like just bludgeoning and cracking these orcs, as basically Krog kind of summons the swamp that they were born in to this area.
Yeah, so this is a Fury of Nature style thing. Would you say like swampy water pulls up in like the erupted parts, or is it mostly
Probably,
dry and
yeah.
vines?
No, it's probably quite swampy, and that's probably why, because now the ground in that area is considered difficult terrain.
Right, so everyone in that green square is now wading through like knee-deep, muddy swamp water, which they're not particularly good at doing.
Yeah. And it smells like a swamp now.
Thanks.
Yep.
Stinky.
Good thing Ickard isn't here, otherwise he would not be liking that.
He'd roll around in it.
Yeah.
He's got an extra sensitive sense of smell. He'd probably hate it.
And yet dogs still roll in mud.
That's true.
Yeah, but he's not a dog.
Good and bad smells are subjective.
What a good boy.
Anyway, with that cleared up, what would you like to do for your actual turn now you've got an action grog?
God, it is really tempting just to do it again.
You could do it again, but you are also hasted, so even if you do it again, you can still throw out
an attack.
action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
course, I do have another. Oh. Radius. Oh, it's not actually has one. Okay.
While Kruok is thinking, Blaze, can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
When we entered into this chamber, I cast Counterspell at the robed orc. Was that my action or was that my prep action? Basically, I'm asking, do I have a reaction this cycle of turn?
If you cast Counterspell, that is a reaction spell.
Okay.
Because as your action, you cast Mage Armor.
No, that was done earlier in the day, I believe. I have all of my spells, so after I touch the staff, everything refresh.
Yes.
And I usually do Mage Armor in the morning, just so it's out of the way.
I'm pretty sure I did Mage Armor before we went in to fight that big Titan.
But regardless, it's a reaction spell, so you would have burned your reaction to do it.
So, did we resolve what happened with that?
Nothing.
Yes,
My
nothing
counterspell
happened.
didn't work.
Okay.
The counterspell did not stop what the robed orc was doing for some reason.
Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is cast Spirit Shroud on myself.
Mm-hmm.
And just start laying into some orcs around me.
Okay, Spirit Shroud is going to be another DC 15. Is that Wisdom?
No, Spirit Shroud is something I cast on myself.
Ah, okay.
It's just a
I
bonus
must have been
action.
thinking Spirit Guardians.
Yeah. It's a bonus action to cast on myself. And I'm going to punch the orc Beastmaster.
Okie dokie.
Already started hurting him, so let's try to do some more. 25 to hit?
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Cool. 15 points of damage.
Okay. Which
That big.
You lunge at him and crack him in the side of the jaw. Like, he's only just turned around to see you guys come into the room. The ground explodes underneath him, and before he even lands, you've like lamped him in the face.
I'll go again for 20 to hit.
Yep, 20 still hits.
For 19 points of damage.
And he is dead before he hits the ground.
Whoa.
So, God knows what his abilities were. He was exploded and just annihilated before he even touched floor.
And then I'll just look at the guy north of me and use my hasted action to punch him in the face as well.
Okie dokie.
18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits him.
14 points of damage.
Okay, 14 points. This guy that you just punched is wheeling around. He's only just getting his hands on his axe, and your fist comes in, smashes him like in the chest. He stumbles back, but he's still on his feet and a lot tougher than the previous orcs you've been fighting. Like, these guys are bigger, like less fat on them, like just really built orcs.
Cool. And just to remind everybody, because I know it's been a while out of game time, while under the effect of Spirit Shroud, Croc is surrounded by kind of Army of the Dead from Return of the King style ghosts, partially decayed pale green spectres, with a orc one side of them and an elf the other side of them, who mimic their movements. And everybody of my choice within 10 feet of me has their movement speed reduced by 10,
Right.
which I'm just going to say is all of my enemies, none of my allies.
Right.
And any creature that takes damage from me can't regain hit points.
So that's this orc, this warg, and this Tanaruk.
The walk? Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
10 feet.
Absolutely is, yeah. Let me just double check. Yeah, wow. I didn't think I thought it was just going to be less than that, but no, that's more guys than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, awesome. That's my turn.
Okie dokie. So we've got Cult Fanatic at the back, who can't really get to anyone from here. But he is gonna cast second level spell. He is casting Spiritual Weapon into the room, and like a giant, like kind of blue looking like dragon claw, like a fucking. It's a dragon's arm that just becomes like spectral past the wrist and like starts fading until you can't see it. Just tries to slam down and rake down on that robed orc. Which is only a 16 to hit, which is not good enough. So this giant spectral dragon claw comes down, and the orc just like, with weirdly supernatural strength for a creature of his size, just bats this giant dragon-looking hand away, like without really looking at it. And he can't really move because everyone's kind of in the way, so he's going to stay back there. But that's a bonus action spell. Let's see what else he can do. Wow. There was me like, and he'll also cast a cantrip. If that cantrip were Thaumaturgy, this oh no, he has Sacred Flame. This will be great. Yeah. Let's cast that on our robed orc friend for 5 possible damage with a DC of 11. All right, let's. No. So again, similarly, he's attacking the fuck out of this orc shaman, but the orc is just like fixed on the thing ahead of him and just steps to the side. This like pillar of energy comes down and burns, searing into the floor. But it happens so slow. Like there was a build first where you could see where the beam was about to strike, and the orc just moves out of it and it just strikes the floor.
Hey, you tried.
He did. And he's clearly on your side and not half-arsing it, in case that was a concern.
It was a mild concern.
Although he did just miss both, so maybe he's playing at the other side. Anyway, so the warg, I know it's difficult terrain, but he sees the Beastmaster go down to Karak and is very angry, so he just bounds straight into the problem area. That doesn't do any damage, does it? It just slows his movement.
No. His movement speed, he takes 10 off his total movement speed, and then it's half moving through that.
Right.
So minus 10, then half.
Yeah, so he'd have a movement speed of 15. He only moved 5 feet, so
yeah,
he's going to try and bite Kruark.
That hits.
Yeah, 21, okay. And then you've got to make me a DC 13 saving throw, but 9 piercing damage from the teeth of this very annoyed creature.
Of the strength variety.
Yes.
10.
Okay, so you absolutely go beast mode as you enter the room, and this warg just leaps into the swampy area and just bounds on top of you, biting.
Mhm.
Like, it's huge, so you are now on your back trying to stop it from effectively swallowing you whole. Right, and then it's Luna's turn.
So there's this big warg in the way now. Can I still see the shaman?
Well, yeah, because especially with the erupting earth, I said that there's knee level water now, and wargs are I know they're huge, but they're longer than they are massively tall. So yeah, you can still see the orc, and especially because there's a beam connecting him. There's a big glowy marker in the room pointing out exactly where he is.
Okay, can I fly between Vren and the knight to get here?
Yes, they're friendly creatures. You absolutely can do that.
Well, I'm asking to see if either of them will stop me.
No.
And then I'm gonna cast Mind Sliver on the shaman, I guess, because nothing is really happening that I can do anything about at the moment.
Okay, intelligence saving throw. Let's see what this boy can do.
Oh!
Nope, he's not got anything in the tank. His
Nice.
intelligence is clearly not that good, so you
He's
blast
focused.
straight into his mind for 8 psychic damage.
Just a lot of
And
fairy voices screaming in his mind.
I'm going to give him a blue dot to denote that, like, he's got 1d4 for his next saving throw.
And I'll move to here just to get out of the way.
Right.
I can't really do anything else, so that's my turn.
Roger that.
And the last command I gave to the Drake was to guard the hallway, but however he interpreted that is however he interpreted that.
Yeah, well, if you gave him the orders to guard the hallway, that is going to be what he continues to do. So he can hear combat, and we'll, Did you roll anything for commanding him, or did you just give him a command?
Because I rewatched the footage and I specifically didn't roll anything, and because you initially had him going in this hallway, and I said, well, I didn't roll for it, so if you want him to misunderstand it, that's fine.
Well, make me an animal handling check now, and we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see how well. 11. Okay. So he'll go against the DC of that, because that's not what he necessarily wants to do.
Oh.
But he is smart enough to understand your command, so...
And guarding is what he does.
Point.
Yeah, by a whole 1 point. So yeah, he makes that one. He's going to guard the hallway. So that brings us on to the knight.
Okay.
Don't sound too excited.
Gonna bonus action steady aim first off, and then I'm gonna use my haste action to sharpshooter daggerang that dude over there.
Okay.
The rogue dude. Nice.
Oh.
Okay. Immediately a nat 20.
Proud of you.
That much damage?
20.
Right?
Yeah.
Not added the sneak. Hang on. There you go.
Okay. 15, 35.
Okay. Then I'm going to use my main action, and I'm going to hold it until someone gets within 5 feet of the robed orc.
So this is a spellcaster, right?
Yep.
And you threw the black blood blade at him?
Yep.
Okay, cool. It doesn't come back to you. It's now stuck in the robed orc. On subsequent turns, you can just hit him. There's no attack roll needed. You just command the dagger, and it hits him.
Okay.
But you can only target him.
That's fine. Oh yeah, I guess I'll hold my action to throw a different dagger.
Yeah, and you can see that the blade is just like it's in him, and you can see like it's pulsing, like it's alive, like it's got a heartbeat. It's just drinking him.
Can he use a reaction attack to pulse the dagger?
A reaction attack?
Yeah, hold the hasted action to use the black blood blade to attack the robed orc. The way that a rogue haste sneak attack kind of works usually.
Can you do that with a hasted action? Is that on the haste thing?
Well, I said that I throw it with my hasted action.
Oh, that's right.
I was holding my main action.
Oh yeah, then you could hold your main action either to throw a different dagger or to pulse the Black Blood Blade if you wanted to.
But I get a lot out of the bump from sharpshooter, so I might just I'll throw a normal dagger as my my held action.
Righto.
And that's me.
Excellent. Right. Well, so, oh good lord, who's been the most devastating? Actually, who can Mr. Angry Tanaruk get to?
What do you mean, who's been the most devastating? Come on.
I mean, it's either Krok, because he
Yeah.
blew up a load of orcs,
Yeah.
or it's the knight who just dealt 35 damage in a single dagger to the primary thing going on here.
Okay. But that's like a
So-
single target.
5, 10. So that'd be 20 off his movement speed to move there. 25. So he can get to there, and that's within range of both of the problems.
And is that with taking the -10 off?
He wasn't in the -10. You got this Tanaruk in the -10, but not this guy. He was 15 feet away.
Is it when he enters it though?
Hang on, let me just double check. Any creature of your choice that you can see that starts its turn within 10 feet of you has its speed. Okay, so no,
Right.
he didn't.
Yeah,
he didn't start his turn. So
Yeah, he was 5 feet out of that, so he just about manages to get there. Right, and then it's a choice of target. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 targets. 2 of them have priority because they've dealt a lot of damage, so let's... Okay, he's going after the knight.
Okie doke.
So, my angry Tanaruk boy... Oh, right. Also, they have the aggressive trait, so that doesn't matter so much anyway. Which is normal for orcs to have, so as a bonus action, they can just move their speed again.
yeah, that's a very good point.
So he is going to make an attack with his greatsword at the knight, which is only a 13 to hit.
Yeah, I don't think that one gets me.
No, it does not. But he's going to follow up by trying to bite your head off.
Oof, that meets my AC. 10.
For 10 piercing damage.
Can I... When am I allowed to use a... Never mind.
Reaction is once a round and at any triggering thing, so...
But do I can I wait till the damage is rolled, or can I do it anytime?
I believe it should say in the spell. So if you're talking about silvery barbs, I think it...
It doesn't say I have to, like, that I can't wait to see what the outcome is.
Then you can just say whenever, anytime.
Okay. I'm not going to, though, because I'm almost out of spell slots.
Okay.
It's a thought that counts.
I was just asking because I was curious, sorry.
Yeah, so he swings, causing you to, like, dodge out the way. Like, so you're forced to take a step left to get out the way of that, and as you're, like, stepping left, he is coming down teeth first, going for your head. Being that you're a rogue, you're so light on your feet, you turn, and he just full-on bites into your shoulder, and that you can feel the teeth pressing through the leather.
Can I redirect my my held action onto him, or is it because I said I target that guy over there, I've got to attack that guy over there?
Technically, rules as written, that's the thing. But if you target a held action to attack, I'm gonna let you if someone gets like right in your face and bites you. Like you're poised to throw a dagger, and he is now in the path of that dagger. So if you just want to flip it around and stab, I'll allow it because I don't see any logical reason that you wouldn't just be able to do that. You've held an action to do a similar sort of thing. I wouldn't, for example, if you say I hold a dagger to throw it at Guy, suddenly let you go, oh no, I turn around and pickpocket a thing now. But if you're attacking a different guy with dagger, no, that's within wheelhouse.
Okay. Do I still have to do a ranged one, or can I just shank him?
You have to shank him now. He's too close to do a ranged one. If you throw it, you throw it past him.
Alright, I'll shank. 25.
That will definitely shank.
For that much damage.
Which is excellent, because now he's being hit by a melee attack. He can use his reaction
I see.
to attack with advantage against the attacker. So now an 18 greatsword to hit you.
It was a trap.
For 15
Okay,
slow.
okay, wait. Can I silver barbs that?
Yes, you can. Which makes him roll again. And because he was rolling with advantage, this makes Silvery Barbs very powerful, because... Oh.
What?
Oh,
Bruh.
no.
What?
Oh, dear.
Bruh.
It says take the lower one, though. It says take the lower one.
It does say take the lower one, so it's still just an 18, but
Fuck's
this guy
sake.
Bruh,
was
just
gonna
smack
hit.
me out of this fucking
This,
existence.
this Tanaruk was not gonna be stopped. Even your magic doesn't dissuade
Like,
him.
Luna flutters and is like, I'm gonna change the outcome, and then sees that it could be way worse. She's like, never mind.
Yeah, no, roll it back, let it happen. That is so much worse.
Man, that's rough.
Okay, right, but you did deal damage to him, and it was 50.
+8.
So 26.
Sure, that's a number, yeah.
My mental arithmetic isn't top notch.
Okay.
So that's his current health bar. We're going to move you to the front so we can see yours as well. And then we're just doing some layering right now to make sure we can see all the health
23.
bars.
23 damage.
Was it 23, not 26?
Yeah.
The amount that Niles did? I thought it was 33.
No, just now to this dude.
Oh.
Okay.
15 plus. That's
I'll
math.
give him 3 health back then. You could have let me get away with that. You didn't.
No, nah.
All right.
Dishonorable.
So that's his whole turn. He's burned his reaction, which is key. These guys, when they do their unbridled fury and make that attack, they do burn their reaction, so you can now move away from them. There's no opportunity attacks when they do that thing, so keep that in mind.
I'll give the advantage to the knight as well, by the way.
What advantage? From
Says
the
you can then
Silvery
choose a
Barbs.
different creature you see within range. The chosen creature has advantage on the next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw it makes within a minute.
Right.
Oh, yes, please.
Excellent. So it's past your turn. We're onto my Cultist of the Claw. I'm where can he go? His options are quite limited. If he tries to go past Karak, he's straight into the swamp area. This guy's kind of fucked for getting into the combat.
Do you have ranged attacks?
No, this is my monk dude. But being that he's a monk dude, he's gonna do that monk thing. So, right. I'm having an internal conversation with myself here, trying to play the NPC and also DMing myself, where I'm like, no, I'm not going to let you do that. So he's gonna run in. He's gonna make an acrobatics check. He's gonna try and dive over Vren and Krak and land on top of the warg, and then start beating its face in while mounted on it, because that's
So you're playing him
excellent.
as K.
He fucking biffs it hard. He bounces off the warg and lands in the fucking swamp that Krak created. He's still gonna try and get back up with what little dignity he's got.
Oh.
And then he's going to make 2 attacks. Completely biffs that one. And then that is a 17 against the warg. So he does 5 and 8 damage. Good lord. Okay, never mind. I thought I could do math in Roll20's like health subtraction. It didn't work. Adding in like -5 plus 8, it was like, no, buddy. Now you just have -5 health. That's what's going on there.
I think you have to do them one at a time.
Yeah, I did. Just be nice if it let us do sums. All right, that's his turn. Then we're on to Vren.
You can do sums if you type it up in chat.
All right, Vren realizes he's in the way. What can we do? All right, so if we... Vren is going to... He's going to Misty Step here, because he feels like that's a good idea. And then being that he is fully fire magic...
Mhm.
Come on, Vren. Surely you've got something... No. Vren hasn't got much going for him in terms of, like... He doesn't have a ton of magic, so he's going to move here, giving Croc advantage. He's going to try and stab this orc with a dagger.
Good call.
Okay, 16 does hit.
You have advantage.
Oh, that's true.
Duh.
Oh, yeah, 25. Okay, he still does 7 piercing damage, though. So Vren, like, teleports behind this guy and moves up behind him. He does a thing, I don't know if you've seen many characters do this, where he's got, like, very baggy sleeves to his robe, and he, like, puts his sleeves together so you can't see his hands, and when he draws them apart, he's got a dagger in a hand and just jabs it into the back of the orc. Okay, that's Vren, and then we're on to our robed orc.
Dun, dun.
Yeah. So I need to do some quick math. Okay. So let's say. So what you guys see happen is this orange beam connecting our currently channeling Robed Orc and the Pit Fiend visibly withers the Pit Fiend. And all of the damage you've done to the Robed Orc so far, Wolverine style heals over as he draws infernal energy out of this Pit Fiend to put himself back together, and then continues channeling that beam. Which, by the way, the Pit Fiend does not look happy about, and as the Pit Fiend grows weaker, it becomes, like, obviously harder for him to fight whatever this orange beam is doing. Anyway, then we've got our orc buddy, who is sandwiched between Croc and Vren. So he is going to try and hack Croc down. With a 20 to hit, dealing that massive 4 slashing damage. And that does hit on a 20, doesn't it? That is your current armor class?
It sure is.
Cool. Which leads us on to Al. Al, you are standing between the Pit Fiend and the Robed Orc.
Also, you're muted.
If you're still there, Kay.
He's typing.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
It is your turn.
Okay, so is the earth swamp McFuck thing that Croc put up still there?
It is.
Cool. I'm gonna step into it.
Of course you are.
If I don't have a choice, I really don't. I want to be within fight. I want to be in melee with the fucking shaman.
Okay. The shaman has just fully healed.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I need to be in melee with him.
Okay.
And I want to fucking cast silence on this motherfucker.
What? Okay. You're doing a bit, alright.
Yes, he's doing a bit.
Yeah,
I believe
doing
this
a
was
bit.
a grapple check last time, right?
Sure, I'll use athletics, obviously.
Okay. And I have to do both rolls because that's the way this is going to go. So your athletics...
Because I'm fun.
Oh, plus 10.
Whoa.
Okay. That's a nat 20, but you have a point of exhaustion, don't you?
I do.
Right, that's disadvantage on these checks, so that's actually a 16.
Fuck.
Cool. Cool. From a 30 to a 16, what could go wrong?
What could
That's
indeed
still above
go
half,
wrong?
you know.
So this guy is going to try and resist with his strength.
Oh.
He rolls a 20.
Ah, son of a bitch. Okay, so I have like 3 more attempts, so let's do that again.
I believe you have 2 attempts.
I'll use a moxie point to make it 3.
I don't know that you can do that because these aren't
I
technically...
actually can,
Okay.
because I can use my bonus action to make an attack roll or a grapple check.
All right, then. So another athletics check with disadvantage. I'm going to tag on your disadvantage this time so I don't have to roll twice. That's a 19 this time. He is going to contest with an 18. So on the second attempt, you get him.
Okay. Sure. So I don't know if I can actually reach in and grab his tongue because he has a humanoid mouth, which is probably not big enough to fit my fucking hand. So I'll
Well-
just hold his jaw open.
Yeah, I was going to say, you stick your hand into his mouth, and you can immediately feel how sharp his teeth is and how big his tusks are. And I'm not sure your
Yeah.
intelligence is high enough to immediately realize what a bad idea this is. But it's
Yeah, well,
about
I
to
kind
become
of don't-
very apparent.
Kind of don't really have a choice. So, did the beam stop? Did he stop chanting?
He definitely stopped chanting, and you're kind of in the way of the beam. But what's happened is you've moved your hand into his mouth, and he's now basically pressing this beam to your chest.
Yeah. But does the devil look not really hurt?
Are you going to turn around and look at the devil while you have your hands in an orc's mouth?
I mean, yeah. No, I have 2 more attacks, so I'll just beat the fuck out of this guy.
2 more attacks? You've made 2 so far.
Yeah, I have one as like when I use a moxie point, I get 2 bonus action attacks.
Okay, so you're going to burn a moxie point.
Yes.
Okay. So 2 unarmed strikes, yes?
Shouldn't be a disadvantage. And they do count as magical because I have dragon claw hands because of my new cultist friends.
Indeed. Well, the first one is a 16, which doesn't beat his armor class. You're punching at him, and like you're feeling something like that isn't visible physically resisting you as you try and punch him. The second one
Fun.
breaks through whatever that like invisible barrier is and collides with him, dealing 9 bludgeoning damage to him.
Fun. And that's all I can do, I think. Yeah, that was action, bonus action, and most of my movement, so shrug.
Okay.
That's my turn.
So that leads us on to John.
Okay. Start of my turn. John is muttering under his breath. He's panicked, but everything seems to be like it's going okay. So, what we're going to do, if I reach into his pouch, he's going to pull out the little wand thing, the useful object,
Right.
and he's going to use it to do the material components for slow, targeting the robed orc.
Okay.
Tanneroot 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 5 total creatures, and then the Warg Elf.
That makes sense. And this
That
is a
makes 6.
spell save DC of Wisdom. Okay.
Wisdom save 15.
So
Wouldn't,
the Warlock fails and
wouldn't
is
you catch
slowed.
our boy in this?
It's 6 creatures of my choice within a 40-foot range centered somewhere.
Okay. Of your choice.
Yes.
So what does slow look like? What should I give them?
A
I
clock.
think there's literally a snail.
There is. That's
There
what I was
is,
looking
yeah.
for. So that's 1. And then we've got 4 Tannerups. I'll do them back to back. Okay.
What?
2 very unconventional successes. We'll do it as if we're reading a book. So top guy succeeds. Next guy along fails. So that is this boy with snail. Next one along fails even harder. If there was a double snail, I'd give it to him. And this guy succeeds. And then just our warg. So not full effectiveness out of the spell, but you've got at least a couple of them. The warg also fails and is snailed.
It was better than it was.
So, what are the visuals of this spell? How does John cast it, and what does it look like when like these creatures just start slowing down?
So the way that I'm thinking of it is I'm using the wand to do the material components because I don't actually have any molasses. So we're going to be using the terrain to our advantage that Kruok consumed. So the spell is going to take like little bits of the erupted earth and the swamp water, and vines are going to start to grow up across their bodies of these creatures as they're affected by the slow spell, and it's going to start to bind their movement and like arrest their physicality a little bit. Using
Okay,
what's
so it's
provided.
actually physically restraining them in a way that it's making it difficult for them to move and act.
Yeah, this time around.
Okay, so a combo spell.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
We do love a combo spell in this house.
That's
Do
how you
you-
make a
Combo?
combo.
Yes, wombo combo. Do you have anything else on your turn, John, or is it?
Just asking for clarification. What does the rubble and the corpse here, does this provide cover, or is it completely impassable terrain everywhere that there's a token?
It's difficult terrain in the area of that token, and you can't pass through about the middle of it.
Okay.
So, like,
So- If I wanted to move here, that's not allowed?
yeah. So here and here and here, like these 3 squares, difficult terrain, everything around here completely impassable and just rubbled.
Okay. So, put up a little purple box. Oh, perfect. Okay, in that case, then that's going to be the turn.
Excellent. Right, we're on to our first Tanaruk, who
At the
didn't
s-
eat.
I was like, at the start, I have a feeling I know why you said that I could try, but I never know unless I try. So at the start of my turn, or at the start of the Tanaruk's turn, I have a reaction. So I'm going to use my reaction to counterspell the rope dork.
Right, he hasn't done any spells to actually trigger that, though.
He's still casting whatever
Yes,
beam spell
he's
is happening.
concentrating on a thing, and it has the same effect as it did last time. And in fact, you can see that, like, if he was going to be interrupted, he has a hand in his mouth right now, and it hasn't changed the fact that there is still a beam attached to his hand. So whatever magical effect is maintaining that, it's not coming from the chanting that he was doing and whatnot. And when you counterspell him, it doesn't seem to affect whatever that magical effect is. Like, that seems to be established. It's not in the process of being brought into existence.
Then the counterspell trigger wouldn't work, and I would keep my spell slot?
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Like, you'd know that if this was an interruptible thing, it would have been interrupted when Al did the thing he did.
Interesting. Very annoying.
Because to give more information, like, you are watching this guy cast something.
Yes.
And that cast has been interrupted, but that seems to be separate to the beam that's happening. So you're not sure what to make of that, but that's what you've ascertained so far. Anyway, so we're on to a Tanaruk. And just to describe my frustration as a DM, these things have an ability that allows them to, as a bonus action, which he now no longer has access to, move. And he's stuck in difficult terrain. He's slowed because of Kruok's aura. So he's got 20 maximum movement speed, halved to 10 because of the terrain he's in. So he can do one thing now, and that's a single greatsword attack, and he can move about a square. And he can no longer do his reaction. He's just...
Isn't he
Slow also halves their movement?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So his
Okay.
movement is taken down by Kruok to 20, then halved by the difficult terrain to 10, then halved to 5. So he can move
That's so
square.
funny.
That's what he can do. He can drag the vines attached to him a single 5 feet in the full duration of 6 seconds
like a
and
little
make
baby.
a greatsword attack. That he's just struggling his best but he can barely get anywhere. So he's going to move his full movement, which is there, and he's got 2 opportunities of who to attack. He would love to get to John for doing this to him, but he can't get there. So it's Luna or our cultist. It is you.
Yay.
He's going to make his greatsword attack towards Luna. That's a 21 to hit.
That hits.
He deals 16 maximum slashing damage to you, Luna, because he is real pissed off by this slow spell. So while it might be slow coming, God, there's a lot of momentum behind this massive swing. Anyway, that's him.
Pain.
Then we've got Orc at the back, who sees thing happening to our robed Orc. He's going to move to assist, and he's going to take a swing at Al. And I'm gonna rule a thing here. Al, you're holding onto the robed Orc's jaw, right? I'm assuming.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you're not gonna move your arm if, for example, a guy comes up with an axe, measures the distance, and then just takes a nice firm swing down.
Yeah, well, listen, I don't like magic bullshit, so no, I'm not.
No, okay. He's going to make this greatsword attack with advantage because he is telegraphing it and Al is still not moving.
Yay.
So that becomes an 18 to hit for 9 slashing damage to you, Al. Which, don't worry, I'm gonna subtract the health for you, unless you're going to use your reaction to reduce that.
I keep muting myself by accident like an idiot. How much damage was it?
It was 9 slashing damage.
9.
And
was it just an orc or a tenor?
It was just an orc, but you can tell this orc is lining up. He is trying to sever your arm. He's not like fighting you. He's trying to cut your arm off.
Okay, fuck this guy. I am going to use. I think that's all of my remaining Moxie points, which is 2. And tell this guy to fuck off. And I don't need to roll because I do a fucking D10 plus 9.
Yep.
Actually, I do.
So
yeah, sure.
You already absorbed the full 9 slashing damage, so I'll give that back.
And I punch him as a reaction. Tell him to fuck off.
Okay. That is a 27 to hit for 10 bludgeoning damage, so a pretty hefty strike.
And I will yell out that I kind of need help over here.
Okay. You are standing in the middle of difficult terrain, so it's going to be a little difficult for anyone to move to you, but you nearly killed that orc with your reaction hit.
Fun.
Okay, I think you got this.
We could use help over here too.
Right, so that's Mr. Orc's turn. That moves us on to Tanaruk, who... could do something tactically clever.
I hate to say this, I did not make a con save when I got hit.
No, you did not. If you'd like to make one now.
Okay. It's fine. It's
okay.
Fine.
Just nat 20 it then, I guess.
Yeah.
Why'd you even bother bringing it up if you were just going to do that?
I didn't know!
Alright. So, John, you've just cast slow on several creatures. And almost Kismet-wise, in slow motion, you see the one remaining Tanaruk step, out of the swamp, so that's 10 feet of his movement, and then size up, the gap and what it would take to get to you. And you see this guy just take a running leap at your position, and you're pretty much backed up against the wall. There's not really anywhere for you to go. And this guy is coming in, all fucking 10 feet of him plus greatsword, just at you. He doesn't give a shit if there's nowhere to go.
Okay.
I'm very sorry to interrupt, but technical question, because this booth affects me and the Tanaruk that just acted. Does walking through Croc's Earth deal damage?
No.
Okay, cool.
Right, so he technically ends up. Alright, hold on. Here. So he's standing on rubble, which is again difficult terrain, but he's standing on it and he's just coming after you, John. No, that's the multi-attack ability, Blaze. Come on. So that is
prolonging the inevitable.
16 to hit. And you cast shield, which he tries to bite through. So you've held up a magical barrier, and you just see him like he jammed the greatsword into it. The greatsword got stuck, and you see him lunge forward, teeth first, and like you've never seen a creature try and bite through a magical barrier, but he's like on the edge of it, teeth sinking down. He can't get through, but he's like locked eye contact with you and is just pressing his full body weight at it. And you're aware that this barrier is only going to last like seconds.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's
It
like
is a lot.
in my mind, what's happening right now is John is like panicked as the saliva is dripping onto the magical barrier, kind of like when Rexy came through the roof of the Jeep in Jurassic Park.
Sure, that.
Rexy
Anyway, that's
the T-Rex, Rexy.
gave the T-Rex a nickname.
So this
Yeah.
Tanaruk. Now with slow, it's bonus action or action, not both, right?
Yes.
So it kind of doesn't matter either way. But this guy has halved movement speed, so he's down to 15 movement speed.
And they have a -2 penalty to AC and Dex saving throw.
Yes.
And
With a 15, however, he lugs himself through the no, sorry, because it's 15, but then it's halved because he's slowed as well.
Yeah. So he's got 7 feet of movement.
Yeah, so actually it's the full 15. He is sprint dragging himself, like all of his Hulk strength momentum, just to get up to where Al is. And he doesn't even have enough strength or momentum left over when he gets there to take a swing. He just drags himself 15 feet, and that's it.
Well, this is bad.
You'll be fine.
But it's not as bad as it could have been. Thankfully, slow hit something.
Yeah, our Pit Fiend is going to make a ability check or saving throw. You don't know which. And then he has a thing. So,
By the by, Blaze, before you get rolling.
what?
Slowed creatures make a save at the end of their turn.
Right. How many slowed creatures have gone so far? I believe it's 2 Tanarooks, isn't it?
Yeah, both Tanarooks.
Okay. So that's fail and fail, so no problem. Right.
Beautiful.
Going back to our Pit Fiend. So,
Big tone.
Big Tone, as he's now being called, despite him being Giles previously.
Well, Giles is the dog in the other campaigns. I don't want to get confusing.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe they're the same character.
Maybe.
So let's just double check who's within 20 feet of now being known as Big Tone.
Ow.
Al is within 20 feet? Right. So
Croc,
it's the
if you go from this space.
Yeah.
We're not worrying about Croc because it's only people that are currently hostile to the Pit Fiend in the Pit Fiend's mind. And you currently, like, there's a fear aura happening now, and you guys are being excluded from it mechanically. Take from that what you will. But you see,
what a nice man.
The orc, the robed orc, and the warg, and the Tanaruk need to make a DC 21 Wisdom saving throw.
Both Tanaruks and the Beastmaster.
Beastmaster's dead. It's fine.
Okay.
Beastmaster's very dead.
He's still on the turn order. But
Fair
this
enough.
Tanaruk is 20.
Yeah,
Is that Tanaruk as well?
Yep.
The robed orc, thanks to Luna, has a -D4.
He does.
Yeah.
To saving throws.
Sorry. That D4 would have been consumed during my slow.
Was it a saving throw? I thought it was an ability check.
Oh, yeah.
Right, yes, it was. Is it consumed on the next one, even if they fail anyway? Is that the way it works, or can?
I'm pretty
Yes.
sure, yeah.
Subtract
This is for the
1d4
next
from the
one.
next saving throw before the end of
Yeah,
before my
it is
next turn.
next saving throw. So
Was it a saving
it-
throw?
yeah, slow is a saving throw. All right, so I see I've rolled several wisdom saving throws. Is that 3 Tanarooks I've rolled for there? Either way, none of them have made that saving throw.
Well, the first 2 wisdom saving throws were to see if they shrugged off the slow spell.
Right. Okay. Well, no, they are not shrugging off this fear. So,
We know what it
They're
is.
slow and scared.
yeah. So they, while and I'm just going to explain the fear mechanic to you. While within visual range of the pit fiend, while they can see it, they have disadvantage to attack rolls and can't move closer to the pit fiend's position.
These guys are getting screwed.
Yeah, so the pit fiend, for this fear aura, actually sits up in his chair while all this is going on and just opens his mouth like he's bellowing, and you can feel the pressure. Like, you can feel that there is sound, like, in your bones, but you can't hear it in your ears. Like, whatever he's doing, like, you see several creatures whip round and look in his direction in sheer terror. For some reason, it's not audible to you guys. So it looks kind of weird what he's doing, because he's making very, like, physically intimidating actions, but you're not hearing the sound. Anyway, so our Tanarooks are afraid. What would afraid look like? Let's have the eye. Kind of crying eye. I forgot which other... It is this boy, isn't it? Yeah, within 20 feet. Okay. So that's our 2 Tanarooks. I'm having some trouble with my tokens right now. They keep moving position when I open the menu to assign them, which is slowing this down by a lot, because I'm like, there's the eye, and the eye's gone. Okay, then Robed Orc, Regular Orc, and Warg. So Robed Orc also fails. He now is frightened of the very creature that he is trying to do thing to.
Did you subtract the damage that Al did to the shaman?
I believe Al punched the orc, the orc that was swinging at him, not the shaman.
Okay.
To my recollection, unless I massively misread something. Okay, so pretty much everyone is failing this check by a lot. Yeah, everyone fails. And there goes Kay. Okay, which would bring us on to the Beastmaster, but he is super dead, so that actually brings us on to Kroark.
Hey. Oh, okay. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is just punch the guy that's between me and Vren, on account of having advantage on that attack. For a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that very much hits.
Cool. And then I do 70 points of damage to him.
Which punches through his body.
Cool. And like Krug just shakes their whole arm and just like throws the like the corpse off their arm. Gives Ren a nod. And I was like, thank you. And then I think they wheel around and punch the Tanaruk between themselves and Luna.
Yeah, good plan.
For a 24 to hit.
Yep, 24 is going to hit.
15 points of damage.
Which he takes. Now, he already used his reaction on the knight, so he can't do it to you.
Yep. And I'm going to hit him again.
Go for it.
Haste attack for an 18 to hit.
Yep, 18 also hits.
For a further 16 points of damage.
Which he takes.
Like a champ of some kind.
Yeah, these are just very well put together.
Yeah, they're very tanky boys. And I will get myself back a little bit of HP, I think. Burn a second level spell slot for that. To use my Nature's Wrath. So 2d6 plus Wiz. So. Oh, lovely.
A full 12.
Plus my Wiz, so a full 16.
Okay, so being that you are now in basically home terrain, and with John enhancing the vines and whatnot, you're just drinking in that plant energy, and it is refueling your body to an nth degree.
Yeah, Krug's wounds close up as well. And Krug's just gonna kind of look around at their allies and just say, "If you can, cut me a swath."
What's that mean?
Make me a path. I'm a little bit hemmed in at the moment, but yeah, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. So, Mr. Fanatic at the back is going to move closer. He is going to target the robed orc and cast Hold Person in an attempt to stop him from continuing doing whatever he's doing. Yeah, that just barks it. That's not helpful. Right, so this is, in fact, only a DC 11. So he's not the most powerful spellcaster, but he's doing his best. And our Orc Shaman makes a Wisdom saving throw, which he's just too magically charged. You see him like tense up for a moment and then flex his muscles in a way that just like shrugs off the magic. Just like forces it out of himself by sheer force of will. But then our cult fanatic friend is going to use the spiritual weapon that's still active. He's going to take a swing with that. Still at the robed orc. Oh, and that hits. So he brings that like draconic claw back up and swings it down on top of the robed orc. It's going in claws first, and then the orc burns his reaction to put up a magic barrier exactly the same as the one John did, which just catches the claw as it's coming down, and he takes no damage. But that has burned his reaction.
That was the robed orc just used a reaction?
Yes.
He is slowed. He can't do that.
Oh, right, he can't. All right, well, he throws his hand up to do so and isn't fast enough. The claw comes down and bashes him for 7 points of force damage.
You're goddamn right.
Well done, cultists.
And his AC is also reduced by 2.
Well done, John.
Okay. Well,
I remembered my spell this time, guys.
You did it.
Yay!
Character growth. Okay.
Out of character growth.
Your growth.
We've got a warg that is still trying to bite Krok. I'm assuming Krok stood up on their last turn, didn't they?
Oh,
They were
yes.
knocked down.
Sorry. Yeah. No, absolutely.
Right. This one only being a 15 to hit you.
Yeah, that doesn't do it.
Yeah, I don't believe that does it. And that's all he can do because he's slowed. That brings us round to Luna.
Okay, I had a plan. Let me see if I can remember it.
You are surrounded on all sides by Tanaruk.
Yes, but okay, as a bonus action, can I bonus action get like convert spells and then cast a spell?
Oh, yes.
Okay, I'm going to bonus action eat a second level to get 2 sorcery points back.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use those sorcery points to twin spell a cure wounds at 3rd level.
I think you get more than 2 sorcery points for burning a second level, don't you?
I thought it was 2. I thought it was like 1 for cantrip, 1 for 1st level, and then 2 for 2 and 3 for 3? Or is
You
it 2
can't
for a
burn-
1st level?
Yeah, it's 2 for 1st level. Second level is 3 points because you can't burn a cantrip.
Yeah.
Right.
If you burn a second level spell, you get 3 sorcery points.
Right. Well, that's
Yes.
what I meant. Like I thought the 1st level was the equivalent. So wait,
Yeah.
so I get 3 for 2?
Mhm.
Yes, you get 3 sorcery points.
Okay. Well, either way, I'm burning 3 sorcery points to twin spell a 3rd level spell.
Okay. What 3rd level spell are you twinning?
Cure wounds onto me and the knight.
Very
Okay.
tasty.
Ooh,
Damn,
hells to
take
the
that.
yeah.
Woot woot.
Is
Let's
that
go.
22 total?
22 total,
20.
yeah.
Is that 22?
Yeah.
Bloody
Luna
hell.
just healed for
Nearly
as many
puts
hit
me on
points as
full.
I almost had.
Yep.
And
So-
then that.
Very powerful fey magic there.
And then I am immediately going over to John, looking for the staff. Like, I need to touch it. Where is it? Where is it?
I need a hit.
I need
It's
a
in his
hit.
hand.
And I'm gonna attempt to touch it if I can in that turn.
It's probably just barely on like the other side of the shield. I'd like to imagine he keeps the staff in
I was
his right hand, and he's shielding right now and kind of cowering underneath his magic barrier with like his left hand.
By mechanics, you can touch the staff. It is just an object interaction. In doing so, you are literally going into an area where John is holding back the full weight of a Tanaruk, and you're zipping in there to touch the staff between that.
Yeah, I don't care. He's got that handled. I need the orb.
He's got that handled. Those are the words that just came out of your mouth.
Yeah, I trust John.
Talking about John.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're touching the orb?
Yep.
How much power are you letting in?
Okay, well, let me describe to you in physicality. She is flying into the orb, arms out, just straight up hugging it. So
Wow.
I'll let you imagine how much she's letting in.
Okay.
She's just bear hugging that thing, because she's probably the same size as it.
You take 21 fire damage.
Wait. Don't I have...
And gain half back as temporary hit points. So you take 21 fire damage, you gain 10 temporary hit points, and you gain all of your spells back immediately, just fully refreshed.
10
and an additional... Pardon?
10 temp hit points?
10 temp hit points.
Okay. All spell slots.
Yep.
And then what?
You gain all your spell slots back, 2 additional 3rd level spells.
Oh,
you are
shit.
temporarily resistant to fire damage.
Immune to fire.
No, you're immune. She is resistant.
Yeah, reasons, I'm guessing.
Remember, a pit fiend channeled his energy into this staff and then willingly tossed you it.
What about my sorcery points?
Sorcery points are left as is.
Okay. Interesting. So then this is different than the way it was previously empowered.
Yes, because it was empowered by different magic, and it's now been empowered by a different thing. This resistance is new.
And it was 2 additional 3rd level spell slots?
2 additional 3rd level spells.
And those are temporary, I'm guessing.
Until you next take a long rest.
Oh, fuck. That's going to be difficult to remember. Okay.
Well, it's just use them. Yeah, when your spells next reset, basically.
Okay. I'm just double checking. I think I'm remembering something else. I don't think I have any fire resistance on this character.
You definitely do not.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's... I mean, I'm gonna... If I am able to in this turn, I'm flicking myself away from the orb and like shuddering, like.
Yeah, you're within 5 feet. You return to your original position on the battle map, but
normally I'm like glowing just like a pinkish purple, but now I'm glowing like every color on repeat, like a strobe light.
Yeah, you're
like,
also
I'm ready,
like
I'm ready. Let's go.
You've also got like just a flicker of a fiery aura, like a full-on Dragon Ball Z character. Okay.
Okay, that's my turn.
Excellent. The guard drake sits and guards because that's what it was asked to do. The knight, you had a very bad round, and then it ended pretty well.
Yeah. Okay. I think I need to stop this guy.
I think you do as well.
Yeah. I'm glad that we can all agree on that.
Now you have advantage, but you also have advantage.
Okay. Well, I have advantage for that much damage.
Okay.
And these sneak attacks are rough.
So 17.
17, yeah.
He's still on his feet.
Oh,
just.
you bastard.
And he is one of the slowed ones, isn't he? No, he doesn't have a snail. He is afeared. So he's going to make a single greatsword attack.
It's not his turn until after the knight. He's already used his reaction to attack the knight.
Oh, yes, that's true.
So he doesn't have it back yet.
So I need to finish him off now.
Is he not the one straight after the knight?
Yeah.
And he used his last reaction.
Yeah, I was
on the
attacking
turn.
out of.
Yeah, but it wasn't on the knight's turn.
I was using reaction.
It was on his turn because it was the knight's reaction.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, it was on his.
So his turn started. His thing reset. The knight attacked him as a reaction.
Right.
He attacked the knight as a reaction.
Yes.
It's a lot of
Okay, fair enough. Anything else tonight?
Will Worm Razor him again as my
hasted action?
Haste action, yeah. 22.
That definitely hits.
12.
Oh, another 12.
And you carve into a Tanaruk deep enough that you can now see organs spilling out.
Wonderful. And I think I will.
Crashes to the ground heavily.
Would it have been one of my attacks to do the Black Blood Blade damage on this dude? Okay.
The Black Blood Blade
will.
Is an attack.
We have a bonus action, and yeah, I'm gonna throw a dagger at this dude. Bam. Fuck.
Well, if you can attack with a bonus action, you can do the thing to the rogue dog, if that was what you were asking.
I'll do that.
Fair enough.
Let the Black Blood Blade drink its fill.
I mean, to be fair.
So, roll an attack. It doesn't matter if you miss, because it's an auto hit. But if you get a crit, I'll let you fucking have it. So just roll and then roll damage.
Is it sharpshooter still?
That's how you initially attacked him, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 14.
14, okay.
14 so plus 2, that should be, because I guess I main hand attacked with it, question mark.
Yeah, and you just, you can feel like the pressure in the back of your mind from the Black Blood Blade, and like you command it, and you just feel a pulse, and like it just feels good. It's just a dopamine hit to the back of your brain. Yeah. Like it's conditioning you right now.
If that is a main hand attack, I'd say 4 more damage.
Sure, fuck it.
Yeah.
Why not? It's not like you're weakening the Pit Fiend by doing this.
Yeah, I was like, guys, I don't think it's a great idea.
Wait, what?
Anyway, that's your turn, the knight.
Okay.
It would be the Tanaruk.
No, in fact, I'm just gonna move there as well under the Tanaruk.
The last time we did a bunch of damage to him, he siphoned the Pit Fiend's life force to heal.
Yes.
That's why I need to get to him.
Yeah, you had better you than me.
Just in case it wasn't clear to you, Krok, this isn't a hostile, so you're not hemmed in by this guy.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But my difficult terrain affects even me.
Right. Fair enough.
But you're hasted, so you've got 3 million movement feet, and the warg doesn't have a reaction because he's slowed. So you could just get there for free.
I
Indeed.
did forget about the hasted movement.
So
Yeah.
my cultist adopts a particular stance, makes 3 very rapid melee attacks. Okay. The
Come on,
first
son.
of which is a nat 20.
Yes! Come on, son.
Only hits with 2. Right. So he hits with 2 of these attacks, which incapacitate the creature that he was aiming at. If he'd hit with 3, it'd be even better. But so that's 7 and 7, isn't it? No, 7 and 8.
Was he aiming at what creature?
The warg. He's being that Krark said, "Can you like carve me a path?" He's trying to get the warg out the way because he figures if he drops the warg into the difficult terrain, Krark could just run across the top of it, use it as a bridge.
I like his thinking.
So he is going ham on the warg. The warg is now incapacitated temporarily and can't move at all. And then it's Vren's turn. So, second verse similar to the first. Vren is going to move here, and he's going to take a stab at the warg with his trusty dagger, because Vren is now a very makeshift rogue.
I have just a functionality question. If Ren was to shoot fire at the Pit Fiend, would that give him energy? Would that heal him?
I would love if it did, but Pit Fiends are just immune to fire. It just doesn't do anything to them. It feels nice for them to bathe in, but mechanically it doesn't restore anything to them.
I was just curious.
Yeah, no. Because there are some creatures where, yes, fire damage does restore health to them, but not Pit Fiends.
What a loser.
Mm-hmm. Right, so where was that dagger? There it is. 12. No, Vren, you were attacking with advantage. 20. Much better. He stabs the warg for 8.
Who do we appreciate?
He's trying. He's really
doing
trying.
Great.
Vren, even on the game where I initially played him as a player character when I wasn't DMing, he has a track record for just abandoning magic and stabbing things, and it being more effective than that magic.
Yeah,
I'm glad to see that persists.
I mean...
Okay. Yeah?
You put him in a campaign where there's, like, fire everywhere. I don't know what you expected.
I expected results. Okay, so... Robed Orc goes back to full health.
God damn it.
And that takes away from the Pit Fiend.
What is causing the Robed Orc to go to full health?
So it just looks like the Pit Fiend is withering.
I'll say because the Robed Orc doesn't have reactions or bonus actions or anything like that. If it impacts the action economy, mechanically...
It's something that was set up before you guys ran into the room, and it's just happening on his turn. But it's not something where he is doing a reaction or doing an action to do
fair
it.
enough.
It's happening. For his action, though, he is going to try and get a fucking hand out of his goddamn mouth. I want for a 12. And... this would still be an athletics check with disadvantage for our exhausted owl, which is still a 15. So our robed orc is trying to wrench a hand out of his mouth, and Owl has like grabbed onto the robes and is shoving the hand deeper. In the most ill-advised but functioning to stop this guy from doing any chanting move, Al has, in fact, cast silence.
Gotta love it.
Our robed orc does certainly not love it. Does he have any spells that are just somatic? Asking for next turn. Nope, of course he doesn't. Of course I wouldn't have set that up. Okay, well...
Cast Bop with his staff.
He's not casting Bop with his staff at the moment. Alright, so it's Al's turn. I'd ask Kay what he was going to do, but I'm pretty sure Kay, based on last turn...
He did leave instructions.
He said, I'll continue to stop the shaman from casting.
Right. He is doing that. Does that mean he's going to attack, or...
Probably he'd clean up all the fodder around it.
Yeah, like the orc is there is an orc trying to hack his arm off, and that would get in the way of stopping casting. So.
Yep,
but
that's
if
true.
doing that stops him from stopping the shaman casting...
No, he's got 2 arms. He can punch with the other one.
Okay.
7 bludgeoning damage. You know what? That's enough. So he takes out 1 orc. He's still got another attack going on.
Knowing Al, he'd probably try to use the orc shaman to bash the other people.
Another wisdom save for the shaman.
Oh, right, yes. Because he is slowed. I keep forgetting to give them their saves.
Beautiful.
Fails horribly. The warg went on attacking Croak and didn't get a save. So let's catch up with that. No.
Wow.
They're not getting out from under that spell. I don't know what you weaved into this magic, John, but the combination of Croak's earth and this is doing a number on them. So being that that's the case... No, that's too smart for Al. Sorry. I was just thinking tactically there for a second, and that's not what he does. So he's going to punch the Tanaruk as well.
Al's got some battle smarts.
No, I've seen
No,
Kay
you're
play
right.
this character.
You're right.
No.
Improvised
Full veto
weapon.
on that. I'll leave the role-playing stuff for when Kay is actually here. But
Al's tactical prowess is just to hit harder than the other guy.
Yeah, he's Goku. John, it's your turn.
Okay, get my reaction back. That's nice. And then we are concentrating. He is healing. Tanaruk is right in muffled giblets here.
2 Tanaruks.
Yeah, I can't see the health bar because of Luna's token. Is he like just barely damaged?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
We're having to do a lot of token leapfrog today.
Yes. Till the start of my turn. So shield is gone. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a disadvantage, I believe, because of melee threat. Chill touch attack at the robed orc. And we're going to do it through the staff. We're going to see if there's any fire staff necromancy shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay.
Which, because he can't take his reaction, he can't do anything about.
So that's 10 damage if there's no staff interaction, 16 if there is.
No staff interaction, unfortunately, now that it's infernal.
No worries, but he takes 10 damage and cannot regain hit points, period.
Yep, he takes 10 damage.
And cannot regain hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Just here's the spell. Cannot regain hit points from any source.
Yeah, that was a little sus.
From any
Super
source.
sus.
Mm-hmm.
That's so
Cannot
funny.
regain hit points. Okay.
Is there anything else on your turn?
I'm just gonna say that a couple more times to make sure we get it out in the air. And
your turn is now over. Okay, so we've got a Tanaruk that is bearing down on Luna's position, I believe, last I checked in.
Yeah, I think so.
Luna, I swear you healed yourself last turn. What?
Yeah, I
what
did.
has harmed you since then?
Oh, don't worry about it, sweetie.
Okay, fair enough.
I hugged the wrong people.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to punish you for that right now. Okay, so this slowed Tanaruk is going to make a great sword attack against you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a 26 to hit for 13 slashing damage.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, can I use something against? I
Give
have
your
my
mind shiver?
reaction back, don't I?
You
You
do.
do.
Can I
You
use...
have 10 temporary hit points, though, remember.
I know, but I also have full spell slots.
Mm-hmm.
Can I try to use silvery barbs?
You may. Which forces him to roll again. Which would
Well,
be a 17 versus your armor class.
okay. Alright, do you
So-
have to roll the attack again, or do you just take that?
I did roll the attack again.
I think Dream means the damage.
Yeah, the damage.
The damage generally stays the same. Unless you would like me to re-roll the damage, but the damage calculation isn't part of the re-rolling the attack thing.
It could get higher.
It could indeed.
It is
Okay.
just over average. So it's
Uh,
could be worse.
And who would you like to give your advantage to?
I don't know, hold on. So...
Holding.
Fuck, I don't know, who needs it? Attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. I mean, I kind of want to give it to Al just because he's alone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
mean,
kind of
friends
fucked no
there.
matter what. It's not going to save me.
I get a lot out of advantage, but I can sneak attack pretty much everyone right now if I need to. So it's just a
Yeah.
case of to hit, really.
Right, you're not really in a position to attack anything, though, either.
I've got daggers.
The knight does take sharpshooter attacks though, which do a -5 to his to hit.
You can have it, then.
Thank you.
Mhm.